Hey guys, it's Gwyneth and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a video that took me 7 months to make. So I hope you're interested in what I have to say and you stay tuned because like I said, this took forever to make. Okay, so like I said, today we are talking about ThredUp, and if you are curious, there are a couple feeder videos into this, but you don't have to watch them for this to make sense. But I do have a separate video of me buying things off ThredUp, and the video is from a consumer base. And then this video is about me selling clothes on there and trying to get money for my used clothes. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that process and things that came up that I didn't think would be part of it that were. And then lastly, I have a giveaway going on right now and it ends in about 2 weeks. So if you are interested in entering, that is also linked down below. All right, let's focus on this video. Today I'm packaging up all my clothes from my declutter videos. I have 2 of them. I'll link those down below if you want to check them out. And that's what's going in these boxes, and I'm going to be sending them off to ThredUp. I have a feeling it's going to be like 8 or 9 boxes total because I have like 4 trash bags full, and they said it has to be under 30 pounds. So the boxes I have are pretty small, so to make sure I stay under 30 pounds. This is the part where we're packing everything up. Not good. I already have 1 box filled up, but it was only like 5 things. So, and it took like maybe 1/4 of a bag. So I'm starting to think we're actually gonna end up with like 20 boxes. This is gonna be insane.
Yeah. I was finna write a song about how I've been hella stressed, but I looked in your eyes and noticed I'm hella blessed. Staring at you on this airplane, I ain't worried about nothing, cause you got me feeling like the Wayne Wade in 03. Yeah, you and me, we got the heat, so bump all that anxiety. But you hit to the side of me, I feel like I'm gliding. And honestly, look, I don't want you saying that you had a better chance without me, that you wish you had made plans without me. Look, I hate to make this song about me, but I really wanna tell you that I still get goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car. When we kiss, you make me sound the alarm. When we kiss, that thing go ring, ring, ring. Tell me how you feel, tell me what it is, tell me what it ain't. Trigger happy, you looking by, I might just detonate. Yeah, tell them dudes looking far back. Kidding and kill, I need all that. Let them call, but don't call back. Let them call, but don't. I don't want you saying that you had a better chance without me. That you wish you had made plans without me. Look, I hate to make this song about me, but I really wanna tell you that I still get goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car. When we kiss, you make me sound the alarm. When we kiss, that thing go ring, ring, ring. I still get goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car. When we kiss, you make me sound the alarm. When we kiss, that thing go ring, ring.
Alright guys, so in total we have 18 boxes. Alright guys, I am back and I'm happy to say they let me print off the 18 shipping labels. So I think we will be able to ship all of these out today. I'm very excited. So, because I was really worried this was going to turn into like a year-long video in the making, but hopefully it's only going to be like a month or so while we wait. Hopefully it's only going to be like a month or so while we wait. To see how much they want to pay for this stuff. I mean, I have like some jeans and stuff in here that are worth over $100 and stuff like that, but they're also not as trendy, so I don't actually know if they're worth over $100 now. Like I have a pair in here that was like $300, but it's not as trendy anymore, so watch they give me like 10 bucks for them. I don't know. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and cut all of these out and tape them on. Not sure how interesting it'll be. I will just speed through this part for you guys. I spent a ton of time boxing up all of these products. So one thing to know is that it is free to send your products to them. You have two options. One is you just box it up yourself and then you print off a prepaid shipping label and that's how you send it to them. I will go ahead and tell you guys, I sent 18 boxes of clothing to ThredUp, so I had to print off 18 prepaid shipping labels. The other option is you can request for them to send you a bag. A lot of people like to do that, especially if they're only sending in a few items and not half their closet like I did. I know some people that do the bags. Like my mom had sent some stuff in and she just requested the bag. You have to wait a few days because they mail the bag to you and then you fill up the bag and then you mail it back to them. But I believe it's also free to get the bag and it's free shipping both ways. Also, disclaimer, if you hear someone talking, that is my boyfriend playing games like where you talk to them in the chat, whatever. However that works for gaming. And that's also his stuff back there in the corner. If you're wondering why it's a little messy here, I don't have a place for all of his stuff. So I just want to talk about some of the pros of selling on ThredUp. So one of the things that's nice is you can just go ahead and get the stuff out of your house. If you're the person that's like, when you declutter or clean your house, like you need it all gone that day. You can't wait for someone to come pick up whatever from your house, or for trash day to throw away certain things, like you want it gone today. Then ThredUp is great because, like I said, if you want to just print off a shipping label and put it all in a box, you can get that out of your house that day. You also have two options whenever you print off your label or request your shipping bag, is that what do you want to happen with the clothes they don't want, because they do not take everything from a box. Typically they said they take like 30 to 50%. I mean, it depends what you're sending in. If you're sending in a lot of good stuff, they'll probably keep most of it. But if you're just kind of throwing random stuff, random brands, just like all different kind of stuff in a bag, they're probably not going to take everything. So the option you have is you can either have them donate it, which is what I did. And then the other option is you have to pay, I want to say it's like $11, and they'll ship back to you the items they didn't want to buy. So some people may prefer that. Maybe if you have something that's kind of expensive and if you feel like they aren't valuing it the way it should be valued, you'd still keep it if they don't want it, things like that. So, but like I said, I had 18 boxes. I was not paying, $200 to get stuff shipped back to me that I didn't really want in the first place, hence why I'm getting rid of it. So moving forward, so about 2 weeks later, they got everything and they put it in their system. They did not look through stuff though. And so then I got an email from them, and the email said they had received my packages. I had to go into each one, which usually this wouldn't be that big of a deal if you only sent in a couple things. It just took me a while because I sent in 18 boxes. But you had two options. And of course it was because of COVID. Like I mentioned, they had, regulations for a while. They were shut down. And then of course when they got to go back, they were limited on how many people they could actually have working the floor and going through the products. Also keep in mind, I'm sure they quarantine some of the products, I'm sure when the boxes come in, they don't touch them for a few weeks just to be sanitary. So these were the two options. One is no change for me. Please process my kit as soon as you can. That time estimate was 9 to 12 weeks of them getting to your stuff quickly. And then the other one was no rush, you can put my kit on hold, just happy to get stuff out of my house. That estimate was up to 6 months. Like I said, I'm trying not to be too critical of that because, we have to be understanding, and unless you're in a real big time crunch for money, it really wasn't that big of a deal. The only frustration for me really was just my video's gonna take forever. And so I picked the quick option, of 9 to 12 weeks. And I wrote this down. I wrote down a lot of notes, so I wouldn't forget to tell you guys stuff. So about 4 weeks later, I had 2 of them processed. So 2 of my 18 boxes were processed. I was very excited. I was like, wow, this is so cool. So I thought that was really nice that they were already starting to process mine. And I just assumed that since they processed a couple, they would start processing all the rest. That did not happen. So it was about 5 months before they processed all the rest, because they processed mine, I think I got the notifications near Thanksgiving, so the very end of November. Keep in mind I sent them in June, so all of June, July, August, September, October, and almost all of November, so 6 months. Is that math right? Yeah, because it'd be the beginning of June. So it's about 6 months later, which is crazy because that's the slow process time. So I wonder if I just kind of got pushed to the slow process because I've sent in so many boxes. I didn't know if they were seriously, come on, don't send in this much. We're dealing with COVID. I don't know. Or if it was just they processed a few just so I wouldn't be cranky and said they'd get to the rest. Or if it really was so many people were picking the 9 to 12 weeks that you might as well have just picked the long one. I don't really know. But that's the timeline. So I really want to emphasize that, especially right now, if you are planning to sell stuff, just know that if you're wanting money quick, this is not the route for you. You may want to try to just sell on Facebook Marketplace or Poshmark or something like that, because money is not quick with this, at least for right now. I want to say the normal process is 3 to 4 weeks is what their normal was before COVID. Okay, so now I'm sure that y'all just want to go ahead and talk about how much money did I make. So as y'all saw, I sent in a bunch of things. I actually wrote down, so of my bags, they sent me, for each individual bag, they sent me an email of the rate at which they were like the percentage they were accepting of them, and most of mine seemed to be pretty good percentages. In total, they accepted 81 of my items. Now, I do believe I probably sent in at least 150, if not more. A couple of them, they would only accept like 30-40% of what was in my box, and then others they would accept a lot more, so it just really depends. So my kind of random clothes, those were selling, they would sell them between like $8 to $10. So for example, I'm gonna show y'all like a cheaper end thing. So like this was just like an MTV t-shirt I had. They sold it for $10 and I made 60 cents off of that. Another was a Marvel t-shirt. They sold for $7. I made 30 cents. Ooh, this may be interesting to some. Victoria's Secret swimsuits. So they sold they sold the top and the bottom separately. So the top they sold, and it was like one of those like bombshell. Those are like expensive. They sold it for $8 and I made 39 cents off of it. And then the bottoms they sold for $9. Interesting that they would sell the bottoms higher than the top. But anyways, the bottoms were $9 and I got 61 cents for that. And then moving to these other, they put the two pieces together, or the top and bottom together for the Zaful swimsuits I sent in, which keep in mind these swimsuits were, to me, maybe like $15. So they sold both of them. One was $14 and I made $1.47 off of it, and then one was $12 and I only made $1.08. I'm really curious what's running through y'all's head right now. Like, are some of you like, yeah, that makes sense, you shouldn't get more than $1 for your swimsuit set? Or some of you like, that's ridiculous, like you should at least get like $3 or $4, because that's what I think. But I mean, also to keep in mind, like they have like to pay people for labor, and they also put everything on a mannequin and take the time to take all those photos and post it for you, and they deal with shipping and all of that. So I feel like I understand taking less, you know, getting less of a commission from that, because these people are dealing with basically advertising it and selling it for you. So I do agree that I shouldn't really make as much as I make, say, at Poshmark, but I think I should be making more than 60 cents off something that was sold for, you know, $12. I feel like I should make like maybe $1 or $2. Okay, here's some more interesting items, I think. One is Victoria's Secret sweatpants. So they sold them for $17. My payout was $2.16. I'm trying to find stuff that was maybe like more brand name. There's a Puma sweatshirt. Oh no, sometimes their app glitches really bad. Okay, a Puma sweatshirt. I actually never wore this. They sold it for $20 and I got 15% of that, which is actually, compared to their chart, high, because if they say if it's 20 or less you should only get 5%. So I got $3 for the $20 Puma jacket. Okay, I sold a pair of Misti denim shorts. Really the reason I got rid of them is because they were just a little bit big on my waist, but you guys know Misti's pricey. Pricey in jeans as well as shorts. Now of course it's not as trendy as it used to be, so I understand not selling them for $90 or something like that, but they sold them for $22, and then the payout was, I got $2.82 for that. Like, I didn't even get back the amount in tax that I originally paid in sales tax when I originally bought the shorts. Like, I don't know, that thing's just, that's kind of crazy to me. American Eagle jeans, they sold for $20. I made $3. Ooh, some shoes, that may be interesting to check out. So these unbranded shoes, I actually got them from Shein, and I think I paid $25 for them. They sold them for $22 and I got $2.82. And then they sold a pair of booties for $15. I made $1.68. Before I tell y'all the grand total that I made, I do want to say one more thing, is it will send you a notification of the listing, so you can go on there and check it out and see what they're selling it for. On some of them, I'm not really sure the criteria, but on some of them you actually have the option to adjust the price a little bit, but they highly recommend going with their suggested price. but it tells you on there how much they're going to give you percentage wise. So it'll say you are going to get 5% on whatever this sells for, or 15, something like that. So sometimes it's not really worth raising the price because you could deal with it not selling at all. And so for instance, if it's a $15 shirt and you make 15%, or let's say you make 5%, is it really worth trying to get, like, set it for $18 or something when you're only gonna get 15 more cents if it sells? The only person who's really gonna gain from that is ThredUp, not really you. And so I just assume the way they price things were based off of their expertise and experience in the resale industry, and so that's why I didn't change anything that they said. Whatever they suggested, I just went with it. They know better than I do. At least I felt like they do. Go ahead and set it. Some of them you do have the option to raise or change the price. Some of the stuff sold so quickly, like I would wake up and have like a notification that 8 or 9 of my items sold, and then other times I would go for a week and nothing would happen, and then boom, 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 10 more things sold. Like, it was very, just if it's getting quiet, don't think that that means nothing is selling. Now, they do drop their prices after so long, and they will notify you. Like, they'll say, if this doesn't sell within the next 7 days, like, we will be lowering the price. And I believe you have an option at any point to just request to have the item sent back to you. Like, if you see that it's now being sold for 15 and you really don't think it's worth anything less than 30, you can actually request to have them send it back to you. I think you do have to pay a fee, but you can get your stuff back if it hasn't been purchased by a customer. Okay, now let's say though that a customer purchased your item. You will be notified that someone purchased it. You'll be notified the payout amount that you will get. You cannot get your money at that point. You have to wait 2 weeks past that, because the customer, well, actually like 3 weeks past that, because the customer who bought your shirt or shoes, whatever it is, it gets mailed to them, so that takes a while. Then once they receive it, they have 2 weeks to turn around and send it back. If all of that passes and they didn't choose to return the item within the 2 weeks, then you get to keep your $1.60. You can use it as store credit, or you can link to your PayPal or bank account and you can withdraw it, have it sent, deposited in your account. So that is basically all the details. I'm gonna try to have this organized. I'm sorry if it was a little messy. And finally, what I'm sure you guys really want to hear about is how much did I make? So you saw all the effort that went into that, all the boxing, packaging, sending it away, waiting. Gosh, now it's been 8 months. I said 7 months? It's been 8 months. This video's taken 8 months. My goodness. But anyways, the money I have to show for it is a total of $57.09. I want to say I at least sent in 150 items, boxed them up, sent them off, and they did accept 81 of them, and now I have to show $57.09 for all of that. I'm really curious to your guys' opinion on it. I can kind of see both sides. I'm not going to give them a hard time for how long it took, because all these companies are just really dealing with everything going on and rolling with the punches. I don't want to hold that against them, because I've heard, at least before COVID, that they actually were really quick and punctual, and they were on it in terms of getting your stuff processed and getting it sold and all of that. So I don't think we should hold that against them. But keep that in mind, if you're trying to make money real quick, they're not going to get to your stuff for a long time. The other thing is, I personally don't think that's enough money per item. Like I said, I do agree there were 81 items. They went through tons of my stuff and had to decide what to keep and what to sell. Then they had to take the effort of going to donate what they didn't choose from me, and then they also, you know, had to put everything on a mannequin and spend the time to price it and put it on their website. So I do understand that way more labor goes into selling something through ThredUp than other sources where you kind of just do all that stuff yourself. So I do agree that the compensation needs to be there for those employees, but that's insane. Like, that is crazy. For them to keep 85% of the profit off my items, I just find that a little crazy. So that's basically my conclusion. I think ThredUp is great from the perspective of a consumer and a customer. If you want to buy from there, go for it. I have a video, like I said, check it out. I got a bunch of cool stuff from there and I loved it and I kept all of it. But if you're selling on there, the only perk to me is if one, don't care about how much money you're gonna get. Also, if you just want stuff out of your house. Which then again, if you want stuff out of your house, you could just go donate it if you don't care about the money. But another thing is just like getting it out the door, getting it out of your space, then that is the bonus. So I'm gonna end the video here. I am rambling on and on and on. I really hope that I touched on all my thoughts here. If you have any other questions, please leave them down below. Also, did any of you guys have similar experiences to me? Did anyone have better experience or worse? I really am curious y'all's story. Leave them down below just so everyone can benefit off of just the advice before they go deal with ThredUp. Alright, let me know your opinion on how much money I made for my stuff. Do you think it was worth the effort I put into it? Should I have just gone somewhere else? Let me know. Alright guys, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I also hope you like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!